Hello, everyone.
Okay.
My name is Lisa Griggs. I am the host today of the Winner's Circle, and this is Team Win, Veronica, Valentino, and her beautiful sister, Gloria. And I'm so excited that we get to interview these beautiful ladies today out in Philadelphia. So we're going to kind of popcorn back and forth, ladies, and just have this organic, compelling conversation about this business and the industry and just who you are and just what we're so excited about here at Team Win. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start this interview with you, Veronica, because you came in first with, this business partnership with Renee Rand, a very dear friend of mine, a very dear friend of yours. Obviously, I've done business with Renee for many years. I've known her for over 30 years, and she's an incredible woman, and I know you've known her for a very long time. Both of us have been under Renee's mentorship. She's not here right now, but that's okay. We both were mentored by Renee Rand, who's an incredible trainer in our industry. I'm sure we'll do an interview with her as well. But let's start with, where are you ladies at today? Where is this setup at? I've always wanted to know that when I see you calling in on the Zooms.
You know what? It's actually my home. So I'm down in my office. I have a split level home. So I made my basement my office. So yeah, we're in my home. Welcome to my home in
That's
Philadelphia.
awesome. Do you have room for me to come and stay?
Absolutely. I have 2 empty bedrooms.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you come in anytime.
Thank you. Honestly. That would be fantastic. Wouldn't that be awesome, Gloria, to be able to just be working right
Yes.
to each other in those 2 rooms?
Yes.
That would be great. That would be awesome.
Yes.
So, Veronica, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like I know that you were in Party Gals, which obviously is a company that my father owned, which he is now, transitioned off of this earth, but I still feel him in spirit very much so as an incredible entrepreneur and just business mentor and father to me in my life. And so that's sort of our connection. But what is going on now? Because obviously Party Gals was sold. I know you've done different things in and around the industry. So just tell us a little bit about your background and how you came into this industry.
You know what? I'm retired police officer, first off. I came into this business, met Renee. It was actually 1996, so it's 28 years for me. I remember because my son was 4. Um, just saw when I said the first thing out of my mouth when I joined Party Gals, I was like, "How much do they make? Just tell me how much they make." They make 50% of their sales. I was like, "I'm in. Sign me up." And I just knew right at that moment. And the way that I feel right now when I started NewULife is the way I had that feeling in Party Gals. Like I saw this big picture. I made a ton of money. When I hit that first time, I had that $1,500 party in an hour. I was like, yes.
That's awesome.
And I lived life to the fullest. I actually really had a bad mentality. Like you can't take the money with you. So just enjoy it. No bills. Kids had everything they wanted. I had everything I wanted. And just had that's a horrible mentality that you can't take it with you because you don't think about later in life. So every time I was around Renee, we just built up this rapport, this family, close network friendship, family functions, weddings, funerals, births, everything, and vice versa. Renee always had a very good, strong connection. So anytime I was out there, she would be like, we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to do that. Give me $500 for this. And, jumping into ACN. Oh my God. And we used to fly all around the country. And in Maryland is where I met your mother. And, just running up to the front of the stage. And, we were going to be these big, amazing, awesome millionaires. It was short-lived. But I continued with the adult industry, and I was moving through where I wanted to I wanted to start to work behind the scenes of the adult industry, unbeknownst to us that, the worldwide super information highway was coming along. Um, and I kind of got burnt out after 26, 27, 26 years. I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I need to get back to Philadelphia, raise my son. And because I was working with another adult company. And, working in Party Gals, I got to the point, and I'll never forget your phone call to me. Like, you were number one in sales. I was number one in sales, in the United States, and you're like, we want you on as a warehouser. You said to me, I'm like, well, let me think about that. See what's going on. Didn't really know what that meant, and just really moved forward. I stayed with it consistently. I was always a go-getter, always rushing to do the next best thing. Singing in a band, photography. I do boudoir photography. um what else did I do? I'm a full-time assistant store director. I retired from the police department. I have another company online and another toy company online, which does its own thing. So I always did a million and one things. I was always I was a hustler in the sense of, I like nice things, so I wanted to make money, and always looking the best way, or saving, or trying to make the next buck. So while I was out in Las Vegas in April, of course, I walked into the house, and Renee right away took this bottle and squirted it on my arm. I'm like, oh dear Lord. I was like, what is this? She says, rub it in. I'm like, okay, I rubbed it in. Okay, what are we doing? I said, what are we joining now? She says, I have a phone call. We're going to do a three-way call. It wasn't, do you have time for it? It was just like, we're doing a three-way call. I was like, okay, fine. That's where I met Joe Giuliano. And Joe, you know what? Joe's the one I feel actually brought me in. So I actually want to find out where how my tree goes. But Joe sealed it. Not yet though. He turned around and he was telling me about the product, and I had question upon question upon question upon question upon question upon question. Tell me this, tell me this. And I think I had him on there for about an hour and a half, almost. Might have been longer. But I had 10,000 questions. And I said, like, okay, all right. So, whatever. So Renee gives me her site. Just go to Renee. And it was a little challenging. And I was on the phone. I'm listening to them. Like, I'm not joining this. I'm not doing this time. This is not going anywhere. I'm not joining. I'm not joining. I'm looking. I said, I put it away. I put the phone down. I walked away. Call was done with Joe. And I picked the phone up again. And then we had the NewULife freedom call. So I'm thinking, okay, we're all on this call, and she's walking away, and I can see all these people in here, and it's just like, it's not clicking, it's just like I see all these folks watching this. I'm listening to this guy talk. I'm like, okay. Oh, I said, oh, I'm saying to my friend, we're going to win something. We're going to win something. So not knowing that it's her name that goes on the wheel. So they spin it. Nobody won anything. Oh, well, okay. We didn't win anything. So she's like, do you want to look at the site? Yeah, I picked it up. Like, I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. So like, you know what? All right. She's never really steered me wrong. And I dove in, and I took the leap, and I joined. And then I was at the $5.99 pack. I'm like, do I want that? Like, oh yeah, that's a really good one. I'm like, no, I'm going for the lesser one. Because I really didn't know or understand. It was not communicated, but I mean, we're learning this all together. And after I finally joined, I was like, okay, I'm jumping, I'm taking that leap. And right away I kept thinking, oh my God, who can I help? This is really good, It was like the third day. I had a very good sleep, but it was the vivid dream. I woke up the next morning, I think it was the second or third day, and I said, wow. I said, you know what? I had the most vivid dream. I got to tell you about it. I said, I was kissing a younger version of my husband. I was kissing his neck. And I said, it's clean.
And you remembered it.
and it was very vivid. It was like he was right there with me. And I never went on a honeymoon. And I said, honey, I said, oh, honey, you owe me a honeymoon. Let's go back to the trailer. I'm like, what the heck? I would have never gone back to a trailer. I'm a Beverly Hills girl. To she could live in the wild wilderness and fend for herself. I'm like Beverly. Give me the Beverly Hills with everything, all the benefits. I'm not living out in the bush for 2 days. So I like nice things. I want nice things. I work hard for nice things. And it was really, really got me to the point where I got back to work, and I ran into my store director, who he is my motivation, and he was like the first one that he pushed me, unbeknownst to him, because I'm like, you know what? He was such a mean, nasty, rude, arrogant, demeaning, condescending individual. I'm like, wow, I love this guy. He is only pushing me to help me do better.
Thank God for bad boss,
yes,
right? They just
and get me
motivate
to
you
a point where I will not be here. I will not be here next year because I will be retired. So I kept thinking, who's the first people I can bring in? I'm activated. I need to get qualified. Gloria was going through some issues. Gloria's my sister. And she, just I talk about her eye. She had an issue with her eye. And I said, Gloria, you got to try this product. I started reading about it, and I bought the book that Joe shows with Dr. Clance.
Mhm.
She was out in Nevada with Renee. She called me from there,
Yeah,
to introduce me and get me started working on it.
get her excited. And I have a lot of enthusiasm. I'm like a chihuahua on steroids. So I said, Gloria, you got to get on this. She said, and then I put her on a call with you and Lee. And I believe she said that I already had her signed up. So she was my first to sign up on my left leg. And just helping her get through, the whole process. I mean, we have challenges, but you know what? Gloria's learning every day, and I see from where she went to point A to point D, she's come a long way, and she's really has improved and brought in a lot of confidence. I'm very forthcoming, transparent. I'm very confident in what I do. I have a lot of enthusiasm and excitement, and I'm very passionate about the product, and I know what it's done for me, and I'm feeling those benefits each day. And I'm going into my 4th month of using the product, and things are like, hey, you know what? My back don't hurt, or oh my God, I went up the steps without my knee creaking, or I have Sjogren's disease. So it's kind of along the lines of rheumatoid arthritis.
Right.
I can make a fist where my hands are like, and I thought like I was 1,000 years old when I got up out of the bed. And I can make a fist. I can make a fist. I'm a little fighter. I'm a little,
That's awesome.
a little, a little go-getter. And you know what? It's just showing up, being on the Zoom calls, being on the trainings, being on the phone calls. And that one, there was a call to Lee. And as soon as she talked to me and talked about liquid gold, it was like, oh, I had that aha moment.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I know where I'm going with this. I really do. And then when Joe said, I really can't believe that people don't take advantage of me doing a 3-way call. Well, we got off that call and I jumped on someone already, called up, can you do a 3-way call for me? And it was just like instantaneously. And he has done 4 3-way calls for me already. And even bringing me up to my daughter, who's my biggest challenge and works in pharmaceutical advertising. She has a long list. She has a copybook of questions. And, he says, well, Veronica, he says, so I hear you do an in-home baking business out in California. And he says, are you looking to make some extra money? She went, no. He says, okay. He says, are you looking to try the product? She went, no. So she hung up. And then she had 10 more questions for me. I said, well, you know what? I think that's a question that Joe can answer. So let's see if but I'm saying she's my biggest challenge. And do I have to sell her on it? You know what? No, because for those 10 no's I got 20 more yeses down the road. I have people who say yes. I have people who say no, or maybe I'll try it. I have people who chase me down the store. Veronica, I want what you have. and I just go along and, you know, I'm waiting for my husband to finish chemotherapy, because once they say he's done it and has a break, I'm going to slather him all up with Somaderm gel and get him started on it. So I mean, I think I covered everything,
I think so.
you know, and I love the story about,
I'm
you
sure
know,
there's more, but
two brings two, and two, the power of two, the power of two. So, you know, I'm helping
Brilliant.
Gloria. And then I made promoter. And then, you know,
And
what I'm doing,
congratulations.
that
Mhm.
was a couple weeks ago.
but
It
but
doesn't
thank
matter.
you.
It's still amazing. Yeah, it's still
So
all
one of the things that I do, you know, hey, have you ever heard of HGH? And I tell them a little bit about it, you know, what's going on in your life? How do you handle, you have any medical issues going on? And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to, I want to try it. I said, great. I said, I go through it. Joe Schmo off the street wants to go to my site, buy a bottle. It's $169.99 plus shipping and handling and tax. You want to do a subscribe and save, do $149.99, subscribe and save. You want to get the best bang for your buck, make that little $59 investment. It'll benefit you and get it at the wholesale price.
good stuff.
So that's what I've been doing lately is I just signing them right up and getting them activated, helping them get qualified. So I think that's
Take a
all.
breath.
I could go on.
Since we're talking about customers, because I think this is a really good angle right now to take. Obviously, you two are sisters, so you're family.
Yeah.
And sometimes in our industry, you know, family is who I choose to go to as well first, because I want my family, if I find something that's really, really good, I want my family to benefit from that. Like, I want my family to know what I'm doing, what I'm seeing results with, and then be able to, you know, share it with my family and they can make a decision or not. My very first person that I went to was my mom and my dad. You know, my mom, because she has, and I mean my biological father, but my mom has a background in nutrition. So I figured, well, if I take her Somaderm, she's going to know like right away if this is good or not. She's going to be able to read the ingredient decking and really drill down on the product. And when I took it to her and I just said, Mom, you know, I wanted to just show you this product that I've been using, she was like, oh, let me see that. And then she's like, where did you get this? Like, I want to put it on right now. I want to start using this. You know, obviously she became also a promoter with the company, and is just loves the product. So I guess from the angle of like from doing it with your family, how is that? I want to hear from you, Gloria, like from your standpoint of like, you know, your sister Veronica lives life very out loud. And she has this incredible bubbly personality that just brings and attracts everyone to her. She's fearless. Obviously, she knows no stranger. She'll talk to anybody and everyone. You know, I think it's a very unique calling to be, you know, of service in law enforcement. So obviously that's, thank you for Veronica for serving in that way. You know, what are your, I want to hear from you. Like, since you were the very first person in her family and you're her sister and you're the first one in her business, like how is this landing with you? Like what is going on now with seeing everything that's transpired from the first day, let's say?
Well, just to try to make things as brief as possible, my life kind of took a very different direction. She's my baby sister, but
Okay. Nice.
and kind of followed the traditional family and work type 40 hours a week all my life. And years passing through my family life, I didn't, it evolved where I didn't have a circle of friends. And even my family, it was hard to get back to all my family because it all wasn't there because of my life. And, but I watched Veronica through the years um, in her different aspects of what she explained to you and going through. And I kind of I followed that on the sidelines. I was excited for her. And that I got to meet Renee years ago. And I was sometimes that right-hand person. And I went on to conventions and I did some things with her. And I watched kind of all like on the outside in. and I never got personally involved in it. I was following that traditional expectation. Um, but I did get to move on. I became an LMT in the last like 8 years. And when when she offered that to me, and she called me from Renee's home in Nevada. That's where she lives, right?
Vegas.
Or Vegas, I'm sorry. And when she called me from there to tell me about it, I was starting this year, I was going through some issues. I fell and tore a meniscus. A couple weeks later, my vision went real bad because of some issues I had to get checked out, and it where I couldn't drive, and I was just totally seeing cross-eyed. And but she had called me right in the middle of that event, and she said, Gloria, you have to take care of yourself. I have this product, I'm at Renee's, and she was very excited. And um, and I trusted her, and I trust her as my sister. I don't think that she would steer me wrong. And I learned that through Renee too. I've always felt connected to Renee in that sense, that I trust what she's telling me, that she's not going to offer me something that is negative, that will have a negative effect, whether it's for my physical health or in a financial health. So, and I also worked in hospitals. My job was through the medical industry, medical health industry, for over 30 years or 40 years. That, so far, I mean, I don't have the experience she has. I'm pretty much starting as a newbie. I'm an infant. So I'm an infant, but I'm at the point where it's never too late. It's never too late to learn. And I'm excited. And I know that I'm looking at the 90-day plan. When she signed me up, I said, yeah, I'll do this. Let me do this. What do I have? I don't have anything to lose. I want to learn. I'm open at this point in my life to, like a sponge. I want to learn everything. So I want to do this, and I want to learn it. So I've been going on my website and trying to learn everything. Got what I want to say there for a moment, but I try to have that enthusiasm and that excitement. It goes up and down as I'm learning it. And what I felt with the product, I was very excited with the product. The business plan, although I knew very little, the idea that everyone was there to help. Everyone offered themselves. And that was very important to me. Because they were there, and I can learn this, I can train this, the advice, the people reaching out to me. I know Jocelyn and Jordan and Joe and you, Lisa, and Renee and Veronica is always there to consult with and mentor with. And what's your other question that you want to ask?
No, you answered everything. I just think that, like, doing business with your sister, obviously what I'm hearing from that conversation is that you're growing as an individual. And I think that that's
Yes.
one of the things I love about our industry is sometimes people will like caw poo poo on our industry, and they'll give it a bad rap, and they'll give it a bad, kind of, they'll just talk down about our industry, network marketing. And I actually think that our industry is such a beautiful industry when it is done correctly. And when it is done correctly, and it's about people, and it's about people growing into better versions of themselves, you're learning as you earn, or you're earning as you learn, right? So it's like you become a better version of who you are, and you're growing in even in handling rejection. Handling rejection is not an easy thing as women. It's a very difficult thing for us, actually. As women, we don't handle rejection as well as men do. It's proven scientifically. So even just though we have many words, and we can connect with other women, and we can talk to other women and different things like that, we still have these different things that we're going through with communication skills, and how we show up in other people's lives, and how we show up in our own lives, and learning about just different styles of leadership, even the technical side of this business. some of us, like myself, are not too technical. And so, to learn how to do Zooms and record and then learn how to do reels. And then, some of us are a little more mature in age. We don't really know how to do social media. And so we're learning how to do social media and how to do reels and how to do these interviews. And, so I love like the learning aspect that you're talking about as an industry, because I think people need to understand that it's not only about the money. That is a big part of it, because obviously, my story being like going from welfare to making my first $1 million in a calendar year within 5 years of being in business for myself. I think that's huge. And I don't know where else I would do that without not having really good mentorship around me, like you've discussed. That is support in this business. And I think that's just a beautiful part of this business that a lot of times just doesn't get talked about. It's like,
Right.
I don't think people really understand how incredible this industry is for us as human beings and as a collective and as a community and a culture. It's really, really special when you're connected with people that want you to do well in life. It's very, very special, and it's not like what Veronica was talking about, like you go to this job, Veronica, and you have somebody that you don't really enjoy working with. But here, we get to pick and choose who we want to work with. And then obviously, as we're becoming, the best versions of ourselves, we're attracting people into, our energy field that are loving and enthusiastic and excited, and they're fun to be with. And, and that's just contagious. And it's awesome because life is not easy. And there's things,
No, if anything,
coming
oh, I'm
at
sorry.
constantly. So I think that's a really awesome point that you made, is like just the growth that you're seeing, in this business. And so we're so glad that you're here. And I want to just hear one other thing from you about the product yourself. What have you noticed about being on the product? I know Veronica had mentioned about your eye. Have you seen any differences, by using the products?
At the time when I started the product, it was like mid to end of April, and I'm at the end of my second month going on it. But within like the first week, I did feel the first thing that came on was the sleep and the deep sleep and the vivid dreams, and I felt rested. And it's funny how it's very gradual steps how it goes. And I work remote, so I'm sitting a lot and I'm at home. And I was snacking and eating all the time. I was bored. I repetitive work, and I I didn't realize it right away. But as I went into the second and third week, and I'm working, I'm thinking, hey, I haven't eaten or snacked this past week. I haven't even felt a craving. It's just, and I was trying to watch my weight and it wasn't working like that. But this would kick in, and then it's like the next week I said, oh, wow, I can really focus. My head's clear, and I can remember things that I can remember from a child that I didn't think about before. But it's just as each, and I feel stronger, and I feel lighter, and I feel in a way that, okay, I'm going to jump right up and do this, hop the fence now. But that energized. But I really felt the gradual steps of it moving up. Now, my eye at that time, they said it was like a sixth nerve pull and could take 3 to 6 months to heal. So I couldn't, and it just came on sudden related to high blood pressure. But right before that, I injured my knee. So I think there was a combination of things that caused that. But 3 to 6 months, and I never had to depend on other people to do my work or take me here and there and run me this. And here I had to wind up depending on other people. And in my mind, my empathetic mind, I was always worried about other people, how it affects them. And I didn't want to do that. So when I finally got to within 2 months, 2 months of my eye, I was already healing up. I think I was using it about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks before I went back to the doctor to have my recheck on my eye. And had already started going back to normal. And my vision was like 85% to 90% improved. And typically it never happens. They said, wow, this is really fast. I didn't really think about it how that could be effective, and that could have been an effective part,
Yeah.
a benefit in that area. So my vision's back to normal.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's so awesome.
very,
Congrats.
and it's been, yeah, thank you. And it had been like a month earlier than what they expected. And my knee, I'm running around and jumping and doing everything so with my leg, and I'm great with all that. So with sleep and clarity and focus and
Oh,
recall. It's funny because I said to my sister, I said to Veronica, I said, Veronica, I said, I don't know if it's safe, but I feel like my arms aren't as fluffy.
No, it's true. And like you're
It's
mentioning,
like your skin.
yeah, the neck,
Yes.
I feel like my neck is like totally like on
I
point.
do.
Like just I
I
can tell
said,
a big difference in my neck. And I don't know if that's also just because of the weight loss and like just a tone. I can tell. Yeah, my like I'm starting to get those
I,
changes. And it might be because I'm like in 3 months
yeah,
of this. So like, yeah, for sure. You can see your body composition changing
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
And the past 2 weeks, and in the past 2 weeks, I've added the tri melt. So the tri MLT. So I figured, and I just feeling, oh, I can't hear you.
Okay. I love this product. Thank you for
Yes,
mentioning it. Yes. Okay. We're gonna
yes.
up on this because I love this product.
And I know it was like my daughter keeps asking me, what's the difference between MLT and the tri MLT?
Right.
And who said to me that the MLT is more of a maintenance where you
Yeah.
do constantly, and the tri melt is you do those shots.
Yeah.
And I I had to, yes, I just like that and slip it down.
Best product.
But
Best product.
I feel like, and I have to sit there, and I felt like almost like I got ADHD. I don't want to sit here. I have to get up.
ADHD.
ADHD. So I got to get up and move. I can't sit still. I said, you just, I feel like I can really get it. It really pushes you into wanting and feeling that great workout, what you can do. But that was, I had called or I had texted. I said, Ron, I said, feel your skin. I said, because I could swear my neck looks different and I don't have those flappy wings as much, but but I feel a change in my skin, and that's really weird. So
it really does work. No,
and
no, no. This is
I yeah,
this tri-melt, this tri-MLT,
yeah.
it's incredible. And I didn't take it right away at the beginning because they say be on the Somaderm, which I was on. And then after you're on the
Mhm.
Somaderm, after you're on this for 2 weeks, then you add in the tri-MLT. Now, I have a friend
Yeah.
that owns about 10 weight loss clinics in Southern California. And
Mhm.
I took him both of these products, had him on a call with Ellie, and you know, who's one of the formulators with Alexi. They're actually cousins. And he explained all about the tri-MLT as well, and having to do with the hormones specifically for women, because women have to have hormone health, because everything that their health depends on is hormonal. Okay, not as much for men, even though Somaderm was actually created for men. 73% of our company that use the product are women, because hormone health is everything for us. I mean, if we can get all of our hormonal system balanced, then these kind of experiences that you and I are having with the neck and with the arms and with the body composition, Veronica talking about sleep, mood, endurance. I've noticed an incredible amount of endurance, whereas I used to walk 3 miles a day. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to walk 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
When I was out of state, I was like walking 10 miles a day. I was like, oh my gosh, my whole body is is uplifted, you know, to the degree. And then what I was also wanting to lose some weight. So I noticed that when I did add in that tri-MLT, the weight
Mhm.
just started to come off of me. And what
Yeah.
my friend who owns all these weight loss clinics talked about is like, this product right here should be in every single weight loss clinic in the United States of America. Okay. And the reason why is because it's like a lipotropic. They do a lot of injections in weight loss clinics that will
Mhm.
burn fat. So what this
Yeah.
product does is it actually puts your body into ketosis so that you can start to burn fat. And I also noticed the same thing that you did, Gloria, just like the cravings, you know, it taking away my cravings, it shedding the fat, it giving like me like
Yeah.
a boost. I don't drink coffee, so I'm not, you know, I don't drink sodas, I don't drink things that have a lot of caffeine in them. So this gives you like that boost. It takes the cravings, it puts your body also, like what I've noticed is like it's like I'm not as hungry, and I'm my mental game. It has to do with the
Yeah.
hormone in your brain, Ellie was telling me about. So your brain also will, if your hormones,
Garen,
yeah, if your
Yeah.
brain is not like there, yeah, that certain hormone, if your brain is not is can you guys see my screen moving?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's my cat.
All the excitement.
I just about pulling on the cord. So what happens is that brain, that your hormone in your brain that makes you hungry, your body is not actually hungry. Your body doesn't actually need food. But because you're thinking that you're hungry, you just start eating. And then you just start gaining weight because you're just eating because you're thinking you're hungry, but your body isn't really. That is what TriMelt is for. It's hormonally proven to be able to get your brain thinking, I'm not hungry, therefore I'm not going to eat. And so I think it's a great alternative to Ozempic as well, because Ozempic is so dangerous. We don't even know what all the side effects are. We know there's been deaths because of Ozempic. We know there's no quick fix. And if we're overweight, I'm absolutely convinced it's a mental game, starting with the hormones, starting with the cortisol that's released in the stress, you know, around our muffin tops, which has to do with hormone health. So I'm just absolutely convinced about it. I'm so glad you ladies brought up TriMelt, because it's one of my favorite products, and I will not go a day without it. Absolutely will not go a day without it.
I'm loving it, and it's definitely something I will fit into every day. And I have three daughters, three adult daughters with children, and I really want to get them on because we all kind of deal with that. My one daughter has PCOS, my other daughter is a type 1 diabetic, and my other daughter is having some hormonal issues. So and I know they're very um, critical of whatever they add, but this is natural. This is homeopathic. Everything else that's being offered to them, it's synthetic drugs.
Yeah.
And I don't want them on. I want them to be able to at least try it and try to see what the benefits are, see how this affects them. But there's more.
TriMLT is very clean. It's considered a very clean product. And which you mentioned about diabetes, I know some people that have diabetes that are on this, and they're doing very well with it. So it is safe for diabetics to take. And I think that's important to say that, because we talk about how the body is the miracle. Like you were talking about pharmaceutical drugs and like Ozempic is, and you know, when drugs actually have a very specific path. I just talked about it with John. They have a specific path, A to B. This kind of stuff goes into the body, and the body becomes the miracle. The body knows what it needs. So when you start to put things, healthy supplements that can actually be absorbed into the body, which is why this is in a shot, okay? Why it's in a liquid, because that means it's going to be able to absorb into your actual body, and you're not going to just see it in your fecal matter, you know, on the other end, you know, that it's actually what it was designed to do. And I am so blessed that we're all a part of this amazing opportunity, especially in the US market. I know, Veronica, I would love to talk to you real quick about your experience with building in the US market, kind of what's going on with you. I know you were talking about going into Asia and different things like that. So I just want to hear about that, because I know that you love these products as much as Gloria does. So Veronica, maybe hear from you about what you've got planned next, what you hope to accomplish here. What does that look like?
Well, my accomplishment is I'm going to be a diamond.
I love it. I love it.
You know what? I use TriMLT as well. Stomaderm. I just ordered MLT and these Stomaderm CBD and all. So we do. Well, I just want to let you know too that we have a event coming up on July 14th. We're having a meet and greet in the house. Also doing the the holistic health expo in October 6th
In New Jersey, yeah.
in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. But didn't mean to get off track. The
Well, I
products.
want to hear about that. Is the event that you're doing in New Jersey, is that an event where you're going to have a booth, or what does that look like? How is that going to work out?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
going to have a booth
that's
there.
we'll have
Yeah.
a booth. Matter of fact, I have a tablecloth with NewULife coming. We got our t-shirts ordered. We have hats ordered with NewULife on it.
Awesome.
Would I not think about you,
Oh,
Gloria?
No.
Oh,
Love it.
No.
She's a running
You
partner.
would not.
I love it. She's a running partner.
see, I think about everybody. I think about everybody
love
all
I
the
didn't
time.
know that was in New Life.
That's
No,
why
I
you're
made
going to
the
have a lot of
NewULife
success with this. That's why you're going to have a tremendous amount of success with this, Veronica, because you think about everybody, and so does Gloria. So
Yeah,
I love to see
and-
you as running partners. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful.
and
It's
moving,
special.
and then moving forward,
Yes.
what do I have going on? I have
My baby sister.
Ah, I love it. I think it's beautiful.
we have I have a lot of three-way calls coming up. I have people jumping on. Matter of fact, I have a girl jumping on tonight's call who I'd probably put in touch with you. Her name's Adrienne. I did her wedding photos. She's a wallflower. But she was very slow at the first. Then I sent her out a text. I'm interested. Hurry up, jump on the call right now. Hurry up, jump on. She jumped on the call. Then we talked to her, and then we did a Zoom three-way with us three, just talking. She's like, I'm not good in sales. I don't know how to do this. I said, you don't understand. I said, I'm going to be with you every step of the way. When I did the demos, I saw the big picture of making money. I was not a big recruiter. I had a couple distributors, but I was not a big recruiter because I figured, you know what, they would see the bigger picture. If they wanted to make money and they see what I'm doing, you know, like I did, I watched that video over and over and over and over and over again. I didn't reinvent the wheel. I never changed a word in my dialogue. It was a comedy show. It was an educational show. It was, people waited 6 months to a year to get a demonstration with me. And I just went and I changed nothing about that demo. And I had repeat hostesses. And I mean, I cleaned up. But
all right.
these people, I was not good at recruiting. But what I've learned over the years is, you know what? And then talking to Jordan, Jordan and I were talking at 6 o'clock the other morning. He's like, good morning. I said, good morning. I'm waiting for you. I'm sitting here with my call. I said, look, I am very focused.
Yes.
I know what I want to do. And I said, look, I'm learning from you. You're one of my mentors. I need you to tell me if there's something I'm doing wrong, you need to tell me so I can fix it. I want to do it the right way, the correct way. And he has. And when he had offered to me, when you're talking to people, I'm sending you my link. When you get my link, let me know. I'll walk you through it. What's that? I don't say, okay, well, maybe I can get you some information. I say, what's a good time and date that we can get on a three-way call? I was talking to someone till 1:45 last night. I said, okay, I can get a three-way call right now. I'm texting Jordan. I couldn't get him. He didn't answer to me. I'm like, oh man, I didn't see, darn, I didn't get it. And, today she turned around and says, I thought about it. I'm really not interested. So I called her and I said, you know what? You still promised me you'd sit in on a Zoom call. I said, you got to at least give me that much. I said, you promised me you would do that. All right. I understand you don't want to do it now. You don't want to do a three-way call. I said, this is someone I've known for 25 years. And she was one of my distributors and she was always very good. I don't know if you remember her, Kim Stachuk. And she says, thank you for the opportunity. I said, Kim, I really don't think you should pass this up. You promised me to get on a call. So I said, I'm going to send you the link. If you can jump on that call, even if you jump in for the first 15 minutes, that's at least Joe speaking and introducing an individual. But I am plugging along and pursuing the three-way calls. I have them set up. Jordan, I know I can get a 3 to 5 minute call. Lisa, I'm like, you know, you're probably maybe a 15 to 20. Jocelyn is a connection and she needs 30. Joe, he's definitely an hour, hour and a half. And I put him on with my doctors and my hard sells. And it's not that I'm trying to sell anybody. I'm getting the word out there. I want to help. If I help one person get on this, and I'll give you a perfect example. Last night I went to with 3 people I met up with. They brought in the very skeptical RN. I got a text today. So I said, look, she's about 80 pounds soaking wet, very small, very tiny. I had the product with me. The girl's boyfriend, he was a deaf. No, 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 no. But they keep asking me about it. The girl who works for me, she's on the fence. Well, I need a little bit more information. And, you know, so then she brings in the girl. That's how she talks. She brings in the girl. She says, hey, I want to send this over to you. She sent me a text. I said, look, I said, this is not a supplement. This is not an injection. This is not something that you're going to take and just, you know, forget about whatever. I said, this is it's a homeopathic hormone optimization transdermal gel. Okay. She said, well, if it works and if it helps, I said, it's not about if. I said, it will work. So I said, give me your arm. I squirted a pump on her, just one, because she's very tiny. You rub it into your arms, let it dry. Don't keep rubbing, let it dry. She said, okay. I get a text today. Cracked me up. I fell asleep with it. Not a problem last night. Had the most vivid dreams. Oh my God.
So what was her
So-
problem? That she couldn't sleep?
She was like,
right?
I don't sleep. I
Mhm.
can't do this. I'm hitting 51. I got hot flashes. I said, this is going to take it all away. I said, you know what? And with that, I would just cut it short because I don't have time for it. You're stringing me along. I'm like, look, here's a pump. Go to sleep. Have a good night dream. Okay. I said, I gotta go. I got a call to get on. And I didn't know you were doing a call last night at 9:30. But I was sleeping anyway.
We didn't know either because yeah, we're just, you know, there's a lot of like inspired action going on right now in all of us, right? So because we're working in real time and because we're working in real time, we will be inspired to move and to call certain people. So like if we're calling you, it's inspired for us to do that, right? So I think that's a big thing for people to realize. Like in my contact database in Facebook, I have over 7,000 people. So tomorrow, when I start my 90-day run, I'm going to get my phone out. Okay. I'm going to go into my messenger. I'm going to see whoever is on messenger right now. They have a green dot next to their name. I'm going to ask right on messenger. Are you available to talk right now?
Oh, yeah, at the top.
Yeah, because
I
that's
never
working.
knew that.
That's working in real time. Okay. That's getting people on the phone right now. If I know that I'm going to commit 4 hours of my business in a block of time, I'm going to pull out my phone. I'm going to go through Messenger and I'm going to look down my Messenger to see who is in there that's available right now. Because if they're on Facebook, they're trolling, they're goofing off, they're, you know, they're using their time, whatever to whatever, you know, they're using it to socialize. So why not socialize with me or why not socialize with you? You know, we're looking to have compelling conversations with people to see if they are open to a business opportunity and a partnership with us. It is that simple. And so I just, you know, if people are going to expect to get a call from me or a text from me, you know, saying, talking about, you know, this partnership and what we're doing, because the US market is just virtually untouched. I mean, and these products
That's true.
need to be in every, you know, hormone replacement clinic. They need to be in every weight loss clinic. They need to be in every OBGYN's clinic. They need to be in the hands of the consumer, period. End of story. And I, you know, was talking to John about it. It's like, what do people have to lose? The company offers you a 60-day money back guarantee. So there's nothing to lose. You try it, and on the 50th 59th day, if you decide that it didn't work for you, then you get your money back.
Yeah,
So
right.
to me, it's just a no-brainer if, as you
And when,
said, if you're having,
hey, you know what?
you know,
I got some advice for you.
okay,
Balance the hormones, balance your life.
that's right. That's right. Balance your hormones,
Oh,
balance your life. And it's so true. It's so true. You know, I feel like such a different woman on this product. And I have not went through menopause and I'm 51 years old. And I'm praying that I have my, I'm praying that I'm getting my cycle till I'm 100 years old, you know? And I know there's some women that are like, oh my God, why would you want to have your cycle for that? You know what? It makes me feel feminine. It makes me feel grounded. Like I don't, you know, I love getting my cycle. You know, I don't have issues like where I don't want to have it. Like I want to have it, you know? And I'm 51 and I'm still getting my cycle. And you know, I'm excited about just all the things that it's done for my hair, my skin, my face, everything. And I hope I'm the longest living woman on the planet who's still having her cycle because I think the longest like 55 or 58 or something. I looked it up and I was like, I keep speaking it out, Veronica, Gloria. I'm like, I want to have my cycle till I'm 100 years old. So,
yep.
you know, I don't know. And maybe
It's,
you ladies could speak to that, you know, because,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if you ladies have went through menopause or not, or if you're premenopausal, but maybe we could just get up on that conversation for a minute, because I would love to
Yeah.
hear your thoughts on that.
You mind if I talk? That just
I'm
you
not
ready?
saying
Oh,
nothing.
no, I was gonna say so yeah.
I just wanted
Well-
to show you a picture from April. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
This is when I first had a pump on my arm. Look at that picture. That's horrible.
Wow. Okay. Beautiful. Okay.
It's not beautiful. It's
No, you said-
ugly, horrible.
That
Okay.
doesn't even look like you.
I know, like,
Look at me.
hello.
Okay.
I
That
think
doesn't
I look way
like you. Did you grow a lot of hair back or something? Because like that doesn't even look.
my
Probably.
hairdresser said my hair is very thick. It's getting it's growing.
And we have thin hair in
And
our
look,
family.
You could spit through my hair there. But I look like an old lady.
Well, ladies, again, we want to make sure that everyone out there knows that this product that we're talking about is Somaderm, okay? It is a transdermal human growth hormone, somatropin. It's a class 3 drug, okay? But it's a microdose of somatropin, okay? Which goes directly into your bloodstream for balanced hormonal health. So we want to make sure that everyone knows we're talking about Somaderm here. So maybe we could get up on this subject of menopause. Do either of you ladies want to talk about that? I would love to hear your transparency on this subject.
I wasn't sure.
I had a hysterectomy at 36.
But you
so
still
I
go
don't,
through
I still have
hormonal
my
change.
ovaries, but I
Yeah.
really didn't have the effects of night sweat, hot flashes, and whatnot. Maybe I did and I didn't realize it, but Gloria can answer that.
Okay.
Fortunate for me at the time when I was really starting to feel this, it was about 10 to 12, I say about 12 years ago. 10 to 12 years ago. I started feeling the effects of this with and menopause doesn't always happen overnight or in a month. That often takes 10, 15 years. I have a friend who I was talking to the other day who at mid 30s who has already started. And it's what changes in you. It's your fogginess. You can't think, your anxiety, your depression, you are quick to anger or just wanting to give up on things, just the cramps and the pains and the when some women are bleeding and it's the severity of it, the hemorrhaging. There's a lot of problems that go with that. And I started going through and feeling some of these symptoms like 10 years ago while I was working in a GYN office. And the night sweats and I felt like I was on fire.
Oh,
I
wow.
thought I would wake up and feel like I was on fire. So I wound up getting a procedure called a uterine ablation, which kind of just takes the whole surface of the inner uterus, sears it, and basically scars it to end all that. But you still go through, I still have my ovaries, it still goes through that menopausal change. And it took a while to do that, but just everything went south, like hair loss and hair thinning and drier skin and just nails and bones and all these different bone and calcium issues start happening. And I mean, I always cried with all of them. I said, I realize now how important hormones were at my pubescent age and what they were doing, because now that I'm losing them, it's horrible. It's horrible. I said, I want my hormones back. I want my hormones back. But that's pretty much, I mean, a lot of women, and it's personal, but I feel that it needs to be known that when I would go to for a GYN appointment for a pap smear, I was even starting to avoid them because they were so painful. I had no natural lubrication, and they call that like a vaginal atrophy, which can become very severe and painful, which you can't be intimate. You don't want to be intimate because it's too painful. There's no pleasure, there's no enjoyment. And I think that using Derm has brought that back and has improved on that and over the years. But that can cause like residual problems because you don't want to follow up on this and that. You don't, a lot of people don't want to take, and then there are the other hormone therapy, synthetic drugs that are an option. And especially now moving forward more in the years, people are more aware, I think, of what homeopathic and holistic treatments are, that they want more of that. And they're starting, I believe that they're moving away from all the synthetic drugs that always have these other negative side effects. And with Derm, I have side effects with that, but you know what? They're positive. They're good side effects. That's the side effects I want. And with no risk to that. And but even, I mean, overall, I think skin, hair, and it's not an overnight accomplishment. It didn't take overnight for all this to end or happen over the years. It's going to take time to rebuild up in your system. And I believe I feel that, and I believe it's working for me, and I believe it will work for other people. And the more I feel these changes as they grow, from like me using this Derm for 2 months, and I'm looking forward to the next few months as it really, how some people explain it, just kind of exploded. I'm really looking for that because it just makes me more I don't know, more confident and passionate when I speak about this product, because I can speak from experience and
So
it works.
Beautiful. So beautiful. I mean, the way you just articulated that, I pray and believe and just hope that thousands and hundreds of thousands of women will be able to hear what you just spoke about, because you really were so genuine and sincere about how you just spoke about this product and what it's done for you. And also just the difficulty, for women that are going through menopause and being even premenopausal, because every woman experiences menopause differently, because we are all different, hormonally, and our bodies are different physically. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was perfectly and brilliantly spoken. So I'm sure we're going to be able to help a lot of women with your testimony. So thank you so much for sharing that. I think we're good to wrap this up. The body is the miracle, and I'm so excited that we talked about all that we talked about today. I love seeing you ladies in business together. I'm so excited for what the future holds. We will make sure that we put your links, in this video, so that people can find you at this show. I'm excited about your show. So it's going to be great. And just so exciting, like so exciting. So I love you ladies so much. Any final thoughts? And if not, then it's a wrap.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having us on. We are honored that you were able to come and bring us together, and that we could share with everybody for recording that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I love you bunches. Known you for a long time. I'm thinking about, with your little bob haircut when I first met you. Yeah, just, I'm glad that we had the opportunity to talk one-on-one and
Yeah.
share everything. I knew Gloria would handle that very well. Gloria's like my Zen person. When I get crazy, it's just like, bring me down, back down to earth, bring me down, just, gives me a whole other way to look at things and keeps me grounded. So yeah,
I
Gloria's
love
been
that.
a
I
strong
love that.
backbone.
That's
You.
awesome.
Oh, you're welcome.
I love
We're gonna be double diamonds.
Amen.
Double diamond.
Pair of diamonds
Yeah.
right here on the moon.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
Absolutely.
I love hearing that. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So we love you, ladies. Thank you again for being here. And we will
I have
see
one more
you.
question.
Okay, go
Wait,
ahead.
let her get
I just want, before you go, and I know this is off topic, I just want to find out in line our tree. So it was Jordan, you, Jean, Renee.
So it goes Joe sponsored Jordan.
Yeah. Okay.
Jordan sponsored me. I sponsored Jean.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jean, I let sponsor Renee.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then Renee
Renee
sponsored you.
Gotcha.
And then
Gotcha. Woo! I was just enamored. I have to say, I was enamored with Joe Giuliano, and again, not realizing the magnitude of him. And because I just reached out, called him, I said, "Look," I said, "You know what? You need to take me where you are." And I know I said this before, but Jordan was the one who said to me as I'm walking through the grocery store, "Hey, you got a minute to talk?" I answer my phone usually all the time. He says, "If you can commit to me for 1 year, I will help you get to where you need to be." And one day I just had that big
Another
like,
aha.
like yeah,
Another
give me a
aha.
hug. And I said, "Okay, I will commit to you." I see, yeah, help me get out of this place. But no, I give props to Jordan because he just reached out to me. I'm like, wow, why is he calling me? Here's this person who's up here. Why is he calling me? I'm just this little person down here. But I was grateful for that call. I really was. And I like the fact that, just be able to call, although we didn't get my three-way call the other night. No, I'm only kidding.
You're never
But
gonna
yeah, it's a wrap. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything, all your love and support. And yeah, we'll let you get out of here and wrap it up.
Oh, we
Thanks
love
again.
you so much. Thank you so much, ladies, again for just being
Love you.
and I'm so excited for just this big adventure with you ladies. And it's just such a joy to work with you both. And I just love how Gloria, you're really absorbing everything and you're just so open-minded to just all the growth that you're going through. Because that takes emptying yourself out of ego. And that is not an easy thing to do because ego is fear. So just knowing that you're willing to empty yourself out of that and say, hey, you know what? I'm all in to win is a very, very beautiful thing, especially, alongside of your sister, which is so beautiful. And then Veronica, knowing that, you didn't want to do this and now you're here and you're like, I'm going all the way. And I'm committing to a year of this. And, I've got goals and I want to take a whole bunch of people with me. Including my sister, my family, my friends, and those people that I love. I see what your sister has, her testimony, like, just when you left for just a minute, like, it's so awesome. To me, that is so priceless for what she has experienced in her own personal health. And that is something that money cannot buy, for sure. 100%. To know that your family is healthy is a tremendous blessing. So I see your heart, I feel your heart, and I love you for that. So with that, we say good night, goodbye, we love you, and we talk soon.